I'm Karen Del Bowerman, Chair of the Clark County Council. Welcome to the 2023 virtual State of the County. And on behalf of the Council, I'm honored to present this year's address. As many of you are already aware, we had a Sheriff's Office deputy survive a horrible accident during the February snowstorm. Deputy Drew Kennison was driving back from SWAT training on the Washougal River Road when the top of a tree fell onto his patrol vehicle. Deputy Kennison suffered serious injuries from the event. Thankfully, other SWAT members were there to provide life-saving medical support, including placing tourniquets on Drew's arm and leg. And ultimately, Deputy Kennison's injuries required the partial amputation of his left leg and additional surgeries to repair his arm. On behalf of the Clark County Council, we are keeping Drew, his family, and the Sheriff's Office family in our hearts as they cope with this tragedy. We are grateful that he has been able to return home and is continuing to improve. Words simply can't express how thankful we are to all who aided in helping Drew, including other SWAT members, EMS responders, medical staff at Peace Health Southwest Medical Center and Legacy Emmanuel Hospital, nearby residents who offered support at the scene, and the Skamania Public Utilities District No. 1 crew working nearby who used their equipment to remove that tree from Drew's patrol vehicle. We appreciate you so much. The Deputy Sheriff's Guild has created a donation site for anyone wishing to help the Kennison family, and the URL is at the bottom of your screen. In January, I was pleased to welcome our new councilors who were elected to serve our community in the last general election. A warm welcome to Glenn Young of District 1, Michelle Belcott, District 2, and Sue Marshall, District 5. They join Gary Medvigi of District 4 and me, District 3. Due to recent voter-approved changes to the county charter, the chair of the council is no longer decided in a county-wide vote. The council as a whole elects the chair and vice chair at its first meeting of the year. Councilor Medvigi serves as vice chair for 2023. At Clark County, our mission is to enhance the quality of life in our diverse community by providing services with integrity, openness, and accountability. And during this address, you will learn how Clark County employees, managers, and elected officials implement that mission every day. Like communities everywhere, the last few years have been trying for Clark County as we all maneuvered and persevered through a global health pandemic. It's been more than 3 years since the first case of COVID-19 was identified in Clark County. And since then, we've seen the number of COVID-19 cases and hospitalization increase in waves as new variants emerge and decrease as transmission slows in the community. COVID is still with us, but with deep thanks to our healthcare providers, we are moving forward and our economy begins to return. Public health continues to monitor virus transmission and hospital capacity in our county and partners with long-term care facilities and schools to manage outbreaks in these settings. The department is completing a comprehensive review of its COVID-19 response activities to identify strategies that were successful and opportunities for improvement. This information will be used to develop a plan to improve public health preparedness and response. Public health, with the support of community partners, is also undergoing a community health assessment to develop a 5-year community health improvement plan in 2024. These processes will enable public health and valued partners to identify health and health-related priorities of Clark County residents and develop collaborative strategies to improve community well-being. These processes will also shape public health's development of an updated strategic plan to guide the department's future work. An issue that Clark County and most communities around the nation is facing is homelessness. The county instituted coordination of all homeless outreach teams operating in our community. The Clark County Council actively works to address homelessness and mitigate the impact of the pandemic on the community, even as it is happening. The council increased annual expenditures on homeless programs from approximately $10 million to $14 million, including dedicating significant American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, known as ARPA funds. ARPA is a $1.9 trillion economic stimulus bill passed by U.S. Congress. Expenditure priorities included, for us, increasing homeless outreach, increasing shelter beds in the community, improving program performance, and sustaining rehousing and permanent supportive housing efforts. Actions taken by Clark County have resulted in successes, such as Clark County increased year-round indoor homeless emergency shelter bed capacity by over 100 beds with the opening of Bertha's Place and Bertha's 2. The number of sheltered seniors age 62 or older, that's sheltered, increased 157% as a result of prioritizing that population for Bertha's Place shelters. Veteran homelessness decreased by 40% when compared to prior to the pandemic, and unsheltered veteran homelessness decreased 27%. Increase in homelessness of families with children was kept to 2% from 2010. And in addition to these efforts around direct homelessness, Clark County also provided significant state and federal pandemic-related rent assistance to low-income households. Over $55 million in rent and utility assistance has been distributed to more than 6,700 households. There is still much left to do, and the Clark County Council and staff continue to work for community solutions, collaborating with the City of Vancouver and other cities via the Ending Community Homelessness Organization, or ECHO, forum, meeting on a monthly basis to share information and identify opportunities to make headway. ECHO works with key community stakeholders to consider homelessness comprehensively, with the goal of identifying gaps and opportunities for coordination and investment. There are 2 areas in particular that need our continued emphasis for improvement. People of color in Clark County experience homelessness at higher rates than the rest of the population. While roughly 14% of Clark County's population are people of color, they make up as much as 27% of persons experiencing homelessness in our county. And about 1,200 people in Clark County experienced homelessness at the last point in time survey, January 30, 2023. That was up 31% from 2 years prior. Implications are that all funds spent must be evaluated in terms of results achieved. One of the most significant changes that took place in county government in 2022 was the creation of the Jail Services Department. In September 2022, Council approved a resolution to create a new Department of Jail Services, reporting to the County Manager's Office. Jail Services is a county-wide service, and this transition will allow additional resources to be allocated to the jail, such as mental and behavioral health support and substance abuse. It also allows the sheriff to focus specifically on law enforcement in the community. Many changes have already taken place, including establishing a leadership team in October, and as part of the 2023 annual budget process, the majority of the jail's budget and full-time employees transferred from the Sheriff's Office to the Department of Jail Services. There will be a spring supplemental budget that will address any outstanding items related to the transition. We are working collaboratively with the Sheriff's Office leadership team, guilds, as well as the cities on this transition. And we are committed to ensuring a thoughtful and smooth process. Additionally, as we move forward, we will also work with our community partners with specific expertise in mental and behavioral health and substance abuse to ensure that we are administering appropriate services to those who are housed in the jail. Our number one priority is to provide a safe, suitable jail facility for both inmates and those who work and provide services in the jail. On another public safety topic, the County Council thanks Clark County voters for approving a public safety sales tax that will support the body and dash cam program in the Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office is reviewing programs, and we anticipate they will implement a body cam program in a phased approach later this year. The county was able to make additional improvements to public safety due to the approved safety sales tax, including an increase in deputy sheriffs and corrections guilds based on bargaining. As we look forward to our challenges for 2023, we have an important policy process coming up. Clark County Community Planning is in the process of updating the county's 20-year comprehensive plan as required by the state's Growth Management Act, or GMA. The county must submit the updated plan to the state by June 20, 2025. The plan has many elements to help guide long-range policies regarding how growth and development will occur in our community. One of our first steps in updating the plan is adopting the 20-year population projection, which will be critical in developing a plan to meet the future needs of Clark County, such as affordable housing and jobs. We want county residents to have access to updated information on this process and to provide us with feedback. So planning staff is developing public participation plan, which will involve numerous outreach efforts and public hearings. Staff will post updates on the process to the county's website at the URL shown on your screen. You can sign up for updates and submit your comments on the process from this webpage. One of the council's most important responsibilities is to approve an annual balanced budget. The county saw unprecedented increase in sales tax revenue continue in 2022. The increase in sales tax was recognized during the 2022 fall supplemental process and the 2023 baseline budget. The county continues to benefit from one-time federal American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, funding. These revenues, combined with the recently passed public safety sales tax and more Clark County shoppers making their purchases online or right here in the county, have had a positive impact on the county's general fund. The county, of course, must continue to monitor all funds and be strategic with expenditures to ensure long-term sustainability. As mentioned, the county continues to utilize one-time American Rescue Plan or ARPA funding. And beginning in the second quarter, the council approved much-needed assistance internally and throughout the community. As examples, the council was able to initiate broadband expansion, which will increase broadband customers north of Battleground Lake in 2023, funding to build a new North County EMS facility, community grants for nonprofits negatively impacted by COVID, and financial assistance for community members with delinquent property taxes, funding for information technology, countywide facility space planning, enhanced cleaning services, and improvements for both district and superior courts. The county is currently developing its first multi-year capital plan, which includes identifying capital needs, estimating costs, potential revenue sources, and prioritization. The multi-year capital plan is essential in developing and implementing a formal long-range capital master plan and 3 to 5 year capital improvement plan. Since this work was underway during the 2023 budget process, many capital requests were deferred to a special budget supplemental in the spring of 2023. And finally, through prudent financial decision-making, the county's fund balances are in a strong position to meet upcoming challenges. Reserve policies for most funds have been put in place or are being put in place to ensure ongoing operations, prepare for potential adverse economic events, and to allow the county to plan for the future. And speaking of planning for the future, thanks to strategic parks planning, Clark County residents have a wide variety of parks in our community which enhance our quality of life. Clark County Parks, run by our Public Works Department, started several projects in 2022 that will be finished later this year. For example, at Philida Community Park, improvements will include completion of a children's celebration garden playground designed for use and enjoyment by people of all abilities. Playground amenities will include a rubberized play surface, benches, rock features, and various playground equipment designed for children of all abilities. An overflow parking lot to accommodate visitors to this popular park will also be added. In the Fairgrounds neighborhood, the county is working on finishing Cozy Camp Park. This 5-acre park will feature a playground, a sports court, and a loop trail. There also is a wetland, adding some green space amongst the rest of this developed neighborhood park. An 18-hole disc golf course is being constructed on 40 acres at Hawkinson Community Park. The park currently has sports fields and a playground, walking trails, and a dog park. Funds for these parks' improvements come from impact fees and real estate excise tax. Park maintenance and operations are paid for by the Greater Clark Parks District Tax Levy, passed by voters in 2005. In an effort to help everyone enjoy county parks, County Council last year approved a change to the county code, exempting anyone with a Washington State Parks Disabled Veteran Lifetime Pass from paying the parking fees charged at our 4 regional public parks, Frenchman's Bar, Louisville, Salmon Creek, and Vancouver Lake. Pass holders simply present the pass to park staff upon entering the park and display the pass in their parked vehicle. What does 2023 hold for county parks? Well, Public Works will begin work on a master plan for Minnehaha Neighborhood Park. Accessibility improvements are planned for Hazeldale Community Park, and another exciting first for our county parks, development planning for pickleball courts at Pacific Community Park. As I mentioned at the beginning of this address, the mission of Clark County government is to enhance quality of life in our diverse community by providing services with integrity, openness, and accountability. In order for us to continue that mission, we need to hear from you. I encourage residents to visit the county's website and learn what's happening and how you can be involved. There, you can find out about upcoming council meetings and hearings, send comments to counselors, and get involved with one of our many advisory boards and commissions. Read our news releases and find links to our social media platforms. You can also visit cvtv.org and watch public hearings and meetings, including those of our advisory boards. CVTV also has many informative videos on Clark County Close-Up and periodic interviews with counselors on Clark County Focus. In closing, Clark County is a beautiful place to call home. Let's support our local businesses, whether on the waterfront or beyond the cities, as you uncover the beautiful rolling vineyards. If there is something to celebrate, we celebrate it, from trailblazing Black entrepreneurs to women-owned businesses. God bless Clark County, and thank you so much for watching today. It's so important as we think about where we are headed as a county for our 2023 State of Clark County address.